I really thank God for this beautiful morning. God has been extremely kind to each and every one of us that are here. I know most of us have come from different places, and the privilege to wake up and to be in Chandigarh, one of the most beautiful city of this country, is such a privilege. So I choose to thank God first. Most respected, eminent people who are on the dais, both from the government and from the academics, eminent professors, vice chancellors, parents of the industry of education, and my dear friends who are here today. First of all, I'm very thankful that a politician is given last to speak. And to get to know, it is like a different kind of a new sabji that is being cooked in this country, especially in the field of higher and technical education. I'm glad that we have come to realize the importance of higher education and technical education in our country. I was listening very keenly to each and every person that was speaking. And you know what, politicians' ears are more sharper than the mouth sometimes. बहुत कुछ सुनता है, मगर टिप्पणी नहीं देने के लिए हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं, और बोल बचन तो हम लोग सब करते रहता है, फिर भी सुनता ज्यादा हूं. Eminent Vice Chancellor Madam was talking about the bridge between the industry and the academia. Yes, there is a lot of gap. I come from the northeast part of the country. Uttar Purab bolte hain. 8 small states are clustered together, tied with a small bottleneck, chicken's neck or duck's neck you can call, but a very important rope. And it is for the first time in many decades where the Northeast feels connected to the rest of the country in the field of higher education and technical education. We really thank, not because I'm from the BJP party, but we really thank our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. We really thank our Minister for MHRD, Prakash Javadekar ji, and his team of bureaucrats and academicians who are working with him. I happened to meet the secretary, the Joint Secretary Ishita Roy also, and Professor Venkatesh, who looks after the RUSA projects and all those things, all of them as a team. My dear friends, we are talking about a very different spectrum. I'm not an academician. I'm not a student either today. And I'm not a bureaucrat. Yes, I am a politician. But being a politician, it is not only about Rajniti or Satta ka Rajniti, but it is also about uplifting our people. The moment we get elected, suddenly the irony is that we are thrust upon with responsibility of departments which we have never even thought about it. Our country is such a great country that sometimes it is so magnanimous. I went to school and to college, but never thought that I would be a minister for higher education and technical education. And this department is handled by the most educated people of this country. In my state, in Nagaland, as we all know very well in all the rest of the country also, minimum qualification to teach is a net qualified, should be a doctorate. And I tell you, in my state, ladies are dominant in our department. And to be very honest also, it's very difficult to talk with ladies. Ladies with knowledge, wow. They are spearheading our higher education in Nagaland. The head of our department is a lady, Dr. Anungla Iyer. The next going to be director is also a lady. And almost half of the colleges are handled by lady principals. But what I would like to say to each and every one of us that is here is that there are lots of problems in the sector of higher education and technical education in our country still. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. The demands of the industry is great. Now, where do we go? We have so many parameters in running it, and we have the industry people, I'm sure most of you are there, who have smart classrooms and smart things, you know, maybe the sixth generation tools and skills to be taught through different ways and different systems to be used. At the same time, we have NAC accreditation and NBA accreditations going on. At the same time, we have such a diverse country. I'm telling you, India as a country is in itself the world. Diverse country, not only in looks and fooding habits and culture. We need to have at least 2 to 3 time zones. It's my own suggestion. 4 o'clock in the morning, the sun rises in Nagaland. By the time we think that यहाँ तो शाम में बाहर जाएंगे means 9-10 बज गया. वहाँ तो 9-10 बजे में लोग सो जाते हैं. पहले सपना, first part of the dream starts. We have so many differences. And obviously we should not forget the background with which we all come from. You go to South India, they don't want to speak in Hindi. Even the stand-up comedians there laugh at the North Indians. It's, you know, our country is diverse in that. And so also are the quality of the students. In a small state like Nagaland, we have 12 districts. In my 1 year of being in the government, I've been to almost all the government colleges, interacted with each and every college, faculty, students, the teachers, the non-teaching staff, and I've seen. In my own state, we have 16 major tribes and a few minor tribes. Each and every district thinks in a different way, works in a different way, and functions in a different way. So for us, a district headquarters has a government college, which means it belongs to a certain community. My district, Mogokchung district, has Fazla Ali College, government college, which is actually our-centric, a little bit our-centric, community-centric. Kohima College it belongs to a major tribe called the Angamis. Sao Chang College, the Changs. Wangkau College, the Konyaks. You cannot fathom what you are discussing here and when you are at the ground. And I'm telling you, that is not only relevant to Nagaland, I'm sure it must be in Telangana also. I'm sure it must be even in Punjab, Haryana, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, and elsewhere else. But what is happening is, how many smart classrooms are we creating? Please don't mind. How many smart computers are we selling? You cannot randomize those things. This sector of industry, if you would call it, is not only holistic, but it is also holistic. W and H. Now, how do we go about it? NAC accreditation अगर नागालैंड में आएगा तो लोग डर जाते हैं, हमारे कॉलेज लोग डर जाते हैं. NAC accreditation is one of the best accreditations, and even NBA, for the technical colleges. But when the policy has been made on accreditation, it has been made pan-India by people sitting in Delhi, if you don't mind, looking at the standard of education in Delhi and NCR area, or maybe in Punjab and Haryana, or maybe in, some major cities from where the professors have come. All the brains usually come from down south. So we cannot do like that. I'm not trying to be a regionalist. I, as a person, am a nationalist. I'm proud to be an Indian, and I am in India. But when we address this industry, and as I was just speaking with the Commissioner Secretary Higher and Technical Education from Telangana, my brother, I was telling him, at least we have started to talk. At least we have started to talk, and that is the greatest thing. नहीं होने से तो क्या होगा? व्यापारी और जो खरीदारी करने वाला मिलता है वैसा ही होगा. आपको बेचना, हमको खरीदना है. But that is not our goal. That is not our goal. When we are talking about RUSA, Rashtriya Uchchastar Shiksha Abhiyan, the scheme launched by the government of India under Narendra Modi ji, RUSA 1 has gone, RUSA 2 is being implemented now. This is one of the best steps that the government of India, the Ministry of Higher Education, has taken. It is not only for the development of infrastructure, but it has got vocational programs. And I'm telling you, Northeast is getting lots of blessing through this program. I really thank the minister, Sri Prakash Javadekar ji, my honorable minister, who takes care of this. Nevertheless, to mention Madam Ishita Roy, the Joint Secretary of this RUSA, and Professor Venkatesh. But still again, this has to be formulated in a way which will bring sustainable growth to our colleges and to our educational institutions. Not only in Delhi and Mumbai and in Chandigarh, but to the nooks and corners of this state, of this country, maybe even in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So the whole program of our efforts should be manifest in bringing up our people to be educated holistically. Now, we are talking about globalization. Our country is on a fast-track movement where our growth is almost unstoppable. Fifth largest economy of the world, we are going to get it within a few months. The government of India, led by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has facilitated the right efforts towards the trajectory of the people of this country to move to that sphere where one day we will be the greatest economy of this world. But then, especially the Department of Higher Education and Technical, which is the incubator. We are talking about incubation of skills, incubation of certain research, incubation of providing jobs, how to provide or skill development. But the greatest thing we need to know is that this higher education and technical education department is itself the incubator of the future of our country. You and I may not live that long to see everything, but we are part and parcel today where we would lead our nation. I am quite conscious about that. One day, not very far away from now, we want the Chinese to come and study in India. Not only for researchers, we want them to learn Chinese language in India. We want the world to be in our country, India. We should not forget that we have thousands of years of civilization with us. The Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro civilizations are those 6,000 plus years. And today, we are confused much more in the modern generation. Why? Because we try to take away our culture and our tradition and just evolve with the new style and class. My dear friends, I bring to you all an addition, a thought process, which I always speak. We as a country, as Bharatiya, as Indian, we cannot forget our culture. If we are looking upon to take on the world with modern ways of technology and thinking only, then we will be lost somewhere. If we want to be something like the Oxford University or the University of Michigan or some other university of repute in the world, that is not going to sustain us. We have to be Indians, first of all. Most importantly, in our universities and in our classrooms, we have to go back a little bit on our culture and tradition. My dear friends, a country can be developed strong and sustainable if it is rooted in its uniqueness of its strength. Today, if you were to bring in smart boards, I'm sure most of the universities here have it, but there are many more colleges in this country, they don't know what is a smart board. Nagaland too, in some of the colleges. There are still many colleges in this country which doesn't have a single computer. Please, I am not wrong when I'm saying this. And we are talking now and it is going live. We we still have problems where one district is not connected to the other district. Whatever you do, it will take another 20 years in many areas. But do we leave the people of that area uneducated? I'm not only talking in terms of degrees and graduations. It's very easy to talk about, video conferencing and, all these great things in Chandigarh, in Delhi, in Mumbai and all. Our country can only grow if all the fingers come together. Now, what are we doing about it? Policy making has to change a little bit. We have to initiate policy making for different parts of the country in a little bit different way. As I was just saying, you can't compare Madam Chitra's university to a university there in Nagaland or maybe in some other state. What are we doing about it? Mentoring and mentee is a very big responsibility. Today, I was even talking with my friend Mr. Amit that on educational products, or I would put it like the things, the accessories that are needed to educate our people, our government should rethink on its tax policy. Educational products should be taxless so that we get affordable products, the best in our colleges and in our institutions, in our universities, at affordable rates for all-round development. Aggregation should also be a little bit understood. I really feel sad to share with all of you here. We have some of the good colleges in Nagaland also, like the Kohima Science College and all, which are aggregated with A. But it's so difficult to understand and to tell you that we are competing with colleges in the rest of the country, which is 150 years old, 130 years old, and we are competing with colleges that are at the forefront of the world, where teachers don't want to go to that far-flung area, because even to go by road from Kohima to that college takes 10 to 14 hours. And the teacher might have to walk for a few hours also if there is a landslide or a problem. But the policy has been made that 2022 तक में नेक aggregation नहीं होगा तो colleges may have to shut down. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we are willing to take the challenge, provided we are also understood in some way. And that's not only for Nagaland, that's for many other states too. We are talking about schools and colleges here where the rich and the mighty go. 71% of the population of this country live in the rural areas. India is rural India. India lives in its villages. India lives in its small towns. India lives and breathes in its farms and its kheti and its fields. What are we doing about it? Industry may not want to go even with 5 smart boards or classrooms to a college in a rural area. We are talking about here where students come in so much numbers to get educated, and we are not able to provide the seats here in the rest of the country in many cities. But there are places where students don't know what to do. I wouldn't stress on all those things. Jada problem bolega, so all of you may be sad today. But these are the challenges of our country, not of Nagaland, not of Tripura, not of Arunachal or for Kerala. Kerala is highly educated and facilitated. Not of Andaman and Nicobar Islands or some other tribal areas or backward areas. It is a challenge for the whole country. It is a challenge for you, the industry people, the academicians, and we, the politicians also. It is a challenge to bring up our country. It may take some time, but we have to have that conscious of doing that. So, today I would like to put it this way. These are the things that have to be taught, processed, and brought at the right platform, making these things come together and build. There any university in Delhi or in Chandigarh or in Maharashtra adopt 2 or 3 colleges in Nagaland or Arunachal Pradesh or Tripura or in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands? There. See, one of the most important thing is, for me as an higher education minister of Nagaland, I am so glad to be here because I get to meet all of you. And much more than letting you know how we are working, we get to learn what you are thinking. I really congratulate this team. There are 2 teams, I think, the digital learning team and then the ELETs. Whenever I get a call from Revanshi or message, I feel very happy. At least she keeps on, consistently putting people like me into connection with all of you. I heard she is going to get married. She's engaged. May God bless her soul. So, what I would like to say to you today is that you have to know that there is a large potential of this education, you put it the holistic way or the industrial way, in the whole country. But you cannot have a certain spectrum, certain area highly growing up and a certain area completely going down. I was just telling somebody a few days ago, I won't tell what is that building or like that. A very huge iconic building has come up somewhere. And the building is so iconic that the rest of the place looks like slums. If that building were to be normal, the whole area would grow together with it. हम सब भारतीय हैं. सूरत देखने के लिए थोड़ा अलग है, खान पान में थोड़ा अलग है, सोच विचार में थोड़ा अलग हो सकते हैं, मगर हम सब का दिल हिंदुस्तानी है. हमारा देश का उन्नति और सफलता हम सबों का एक विचारधारा होना चाहिए. सरकार आते रहेंगे, जाते रहेंगे, सत्ता जरूरी है, मगर विचारधारा से ऊपर नहीं. ब्यूरोक्रेसी बढ़ते रहेंगे इस देश में. Without them, the country is crippled. Industrialists, like people like you who facilitate, educationists, like all of you who facilitate, will come and go. But we need the ideology to strengthen our country at all levels. Why I'm stressing upon this point at all times is because growth can be only collective. You cannot have an economy that grows great one day and then tomorrow it crashes down completely. We want a steady economy. Our country has survived through the crush of the world economy a few years ago because of the spirit of our people. हमारे देश के लोग अपने आप में एक आत्मा है. हमारे देश के लोगों के कारण ये देश चल क्या है. आज भी उच्च शिक्षा और तकनीकी शिक्षा के केंद्र में हम लोगों की सोच विचार ही इस देश को आगे लेके जाएंगे. I know very well, one day we have to dream and achieve that not only Nagaland or some other state, but for the whole country. We have been champions of software. We have been champions of IT. And we are still doing well in that sector. We have to be champions of education too. And a country that can educate and give knowledge, I think, will be the next superpower of this world. Superpower not in the terms that people talk about how many nuclear bombs are there or how much you can destroy, but superpower in terms people like Swami Vivekananda has always been bearers of knowledge to the world, bearers of unity, educating the world. We talk about Vasudev Kutumbakam, the whole world is one. And we forget that in our works. That should not be. I would like to end my speech by saying, let us hold our hands together. Let us build a robust India, educated, dynamic, in the forefronts of the nation, helping the world get educated. India has been a center of learning in the past. India has been a center of peace at the past. We had princely states, but from here, many things went out to the world. Today is a time when we think about a different way. We have to allow the world to come to us. And that could happen very well in the field of education. Thank you very much for this beautiful morning. नेता लोग जब बोलने लगते हैं थोड़ा ज़्यादा बोल देते हैं. But I will go back from here today with a very happy heart, knowing in my mind and in my heart that there are people and groups like this that are marching forward. Lastly, not only industry and the academia, but also please include the bureaucrats. Please bring in the politicians, not only to sit in platforms like this, but to sit there with you, talk, discuss, make policy, and do well. Words are not enough to speak. Discussions can go on for hours and hours, but yet it is the conscience that we carry with us and the thought process we have, वो विचारधारा जो इस देश को सारा दुनिया के साथ जोड़ देंगे. To be one of the greatest countries, nation of the world, is by serving its people. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Jai Hind.